The landscape of Ghana's elections and politics is close to becoming what has happened in Senegal's elections this year. Faye has become the president of Senegal unexpectedly, and same could be the case in Ghana if Nana Kwame Bediako of the New Force movement should get it right with his next move. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get into it. You are welcome to Tuntum Network. I'm Cyrus, and I'll encourage you to subscribe and click on the notification bell to watch all of my coming videos if you haven't done that already. It appears this is the generation of surprises, the era where the unprecedented happens. And if you are watching me today, ladies and gentlemen, take it from me, you can be whatever you set your mind to. This is the era to forget the idea of hunting rats and go for elephants. Hear this. Just 1 year ago in Ghana, this guy, nicknamed Cheddar, was only known to be a flamboyant real estate and a business mogul based in the UK, having ties with some popular American celebrities and showing off his assets. He was loud, but in a private way. Then we started seeing giant billboards of a masked-faced personality circulating all over the major streets of Ghana. Speculations were all over the place as to who is behind the mask and what's his agenda. Answers were not coming. Then we saw advertisement of an event titled The Convention with special guests featuring PLO Lumumba of Kenya, Peter Obi of Nigeria, Julius Malema of South Africa, and Dr. Arekana of Zimbabwe. So I registered and was there on the day of the event at Ghana's Black Star Square. It's also called the Independence Square. This is where our presidents are usually sworn in the country, and it's the embodiment of our independence. I'll suggest to you visit the place anytime you pass through Accra. All of a sudden, we saw soldiers coming from everywhere just when the event was about to take off, similar to the scenes in Rambo movies, aggressively shutting down everything. Buses from all over the country had conveyed students and people from all walks of life to meet these speakers, and we were told that the event is cancelled due to an order from above. Then after a day, this guy, the flamboyant business mogul Nana Kwame Bediako, came out to tell Ghana that he organized the event and he is the face behind the mask. From that day, we started hearing rumors of his interest in running for president. And for those who care to know, Ghana's presidential and parliamentary elections will be held on December 4th of this year. A couple of months later, he declared that indeed he is running for president of the Republic of Ghana. And as usual, it was like any normal day and like any regular day for any independent candidate's announcement. So there wasn't any real reaction from the people. 4 months down the line, ladies and gentlemen, this movement has begun picking up steam. People's interest is growing, and they want to know more about the guy and his plans for Ghana. Then his touring around begins to resonate with the youth in schools and on the streets. He talks of big things and big dreams, and sometimes you wonder whether he's actually thought through these things carefully before saying them. Take, for instance, the guy wants to dredge the sea from the coast, the Atlantic Sea, to the Ashanti region, which is the middle part of Ghana for commercial reasons, ladies and gentlemen. In fact, he has acquired hectares of lands in the western region of Ghana to build a new city called Petronia, a fully integrated business hub for West Africa's oil, gas, and mining industry, something similar to what the rapper Akon is trying to do in Senegal. But in as much as you may think the guy may only be blowing hot steam or building castles in the air, you look at his track record in the real estate empire that he has created for himself, and you pause for a minute and wonder if, when given power, he wouldn't be able to do what he's promising today. The guy has turned the #1 Oxford Street in Osu, Accra into a notable landmark on Ghana's map with a significant hotel accommodation style building. So many people don't know what to make of him, whether to believe him or not. But one thing people say about him is he's not a politician, and indeed he's not. And he wouldn't have any members of parliament in that chamber, and that may stifle his ideas even if he wins power. There are a lot of questions without answers at this point in time. For example, the same guy who was praised and interviewed for his achievements in the real estate in the past is now being called a scammer. It's crazy and rough in politics, ladies and gentlemen. Yet, he hasn't been bothered with any of those accusations. He is fervent and convinced that he has what it takes, not just to do his bit to help Ghana, but to catapult Ghana from a third world country to a developed country in 10 years, ladies and gentlemen. The guy is talking about 10-year period. That's beyond anything Ghanaians in this generation has ever seen or heard. He came out with his manifesto on Sunday and outlined 12 pillars of his plan towards development. Out of the 12, he mentioned monetizing Ghana's passport or our nationality to raise $50 billion in 10 years through a naturalization program to develop the country. He also mentioned of reducing the number of ministers to what he terms as the apostolic ministry, from over 100 to 12 ministers of state, like the 12 apostles of Jesus Christ of Nazareth. He said he's going to lead Ghana through the stage of industrialization, through agriculture in all the 16 regions of this country. His policies are pretty concise and straightforward, but critics wonder where he will get all that money from to embark on all that he's talking about, which is a solid point to raise, ladies and gentlemen. But the guy, in his response to this, has stated in his manifesto that Ghana will print out its own money when he's president. Listen, he's saying Ghana is going to print our own money. Ladies and gentlemen, two things in my estimation can be applied to this man. It's either he's saying whatever to get himself power, or he's actually saying what he can do. Let's not forget that the country under two-party state has rendered the people broke, the economy broken and indebted. So the people want more than just change at this point. They also want something new. And it's quite interesting to see the number of young people who call in. Number of people who call in on my live shows on TikTok every night to campaign for him. Some of these guys have gone the extra mile to print out t-shirts with their own resources in support of his vision. That is how much they believe in him. By the way, I go on live TikTok from Mondays to Fridays, 6 p.m. GMT, and on Saturdays at 10 a.m. Join me tonight if you love this channel. In bringing it to a conclusion, the guy has now erected new billboards of himself, this time unmasked, with 6 other masked men behind him. Who are they, ladies and gentlemen? Who are they? That is the question people are asking. And what is their plan? Some suggest that it's the team in his cabinet. Others say it's a bunch of some rich financiers, including some white folks. And others say it's a union of the rest of the other independent parties. And I personally hope the third is the case. If he's able to pull that off by bringing together all of the other independent candidates like Kofi Krantin of the New Vision Movement and Dr. Sam Ankra of the Alternative Force for Action and the rest of the others, that will demonstrate his maturity and readiness to wrestle power from the two main parties in Ghana. Numbers matter, ladies and gentlemen, and a concerted number will be the key to unlock the new chapter of Ghana's politics. As it stands now, we have approximately 3 months to go to the polls in Ghana, and anything can happen. I will never and ever discourage the man, or anyone for that matter, on a mission in his attempt to do what's not conceivable to others. This is the generation that gets stuff done. Things that took 40 years to do in the past is now being done in a year. Did you believe space rockets could be reusable? I didn't even understand that until Elon Musk showed up and showed NASA how it's done. If Senegal got it done and South Africa went into a union government all in this year, then the time is ripe for Ghana. Our destiny is in our own hands, and we must do what's right by us. Thank you for watching today's episode, and please be kind to subscribe if you haven't done that already, and click on the notification bell to get all of my prompts. I'll come your way again very, very soon. Until then, God bless you, and it's bye for now.